Okay, just pulled up Prime95. It's actually showing, if you're watching in 1080p HD, which I'm trying to upload everything in, 25 minutes in. This is a stock i7 950 chip running under the Corsair H70 water cooler, which I showed in a previous video. And just kind of gave a review on the cooler and how I was somewhat happy with it. Still working out some airflow issues, trying to figure out, I've read whether you're supposed to pull air in from the back, so you're pulling cool air through it, versus pulling air inside the case out and exhausting it. Right now it's exhausting outside the back, so I wanted to do a baseline. What's this thing do at base clock speed? And essentially, as you can see, after 25 minutes, it is running at 3.238 megahertz, clearly 60s, 57, 58, 54. I'm going to go in, and I showed, actually I'm going to stop it here. There's a perfect time to show a little bit more on the little program I showed pop up earlier, which is the Smart6, the overclocking. So what I'm going to do is the quick boost. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put this into the 150 block, which is 3.45 gigahertz, and then it'll turbo up to I think 3.6 something. We hit that, we hit restart. I have an SSD, so it shouldn't be too bad on the restart here. Maybe 20 or 30 seconds. So there it is, shut it all the way down. Bringing it back up now, going through the CMOS BIOS, and should start here in just a second. And I'm going to get rid of that, and you can see it's got the memory at 1200. It is 1333 memory, but based on the clock on the motherboard, it's clocking the memory at 1200. I have turbo and extreme off because I don't necessarily want to overclock this memory. It's really nothing more than stock data memory. I don't have any heat sinks on it or anything. So here comes Windows. Gotta learn to type. Alright, so a few seconds we should be to desktop. There we are. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the temperature sensors. This is up on top here is RealTemp GT 3.6. I've used it quite a bit. I like it probably as well as anything. And down below this one, fan speed 4.42. Shows me hard drive, GPU. I'm still trying to figure out what some of these other temperature sensors, where they're sitting and why they're reporting what they're reporting. This does have a GPU up here. I can bring in a separate block if I want to see the GPU. Shows the driver version, the link width, that it's in a 16-bit slot in the memory. And then we'll go ahead and start Prime95 on this clock setting, which is 3.6. So 3.6 gigahertz on a 150, and we're going to let that run, and we'll be back when it shows. Okay, so got back up here. We're 26 minutes in, and this is at the medium overclock, I guess you'd call it. I went to the turbo. What they call turbo is 3.45 at the 23 multiplier, 150 megahertz on the block, and basically in turbo mode it's 3.6 gigahertz. Looks like it's running pretty steady, 70, 71 after 26 minutes. So those are the temps on the H70. I'm going to shut this down and restart in twin turbo mode and see what it does.